Welcome to Dr. Dempsey Unplugged, the podcast for entrepreneurs, dreamers, and doers who are ready to elevate their mindset and business success. Hosted by me, Dr. Angelica Dempsey. This show is all about breaking through mental barriers, stepping into your potential, and turning your vision into reality. Whether you are launching a business, scaling your brand, or simply looking for motivation. Each episode is packed with actionable insights, expert strategies, and raw conversations to help you thrive. Tune in weekly to unlock the mindset shifts, productivity hacks, and success habits you need to win. In episode 14, I take listeners on a mindset shifting journey from fear into empowered action. Whether you're hesitating to launch your business, stuck in analysis paralysis, or constantly second-guessing yourself, this episode provides the shift you need. You'll explore the roots of self-doubt, the neuroscience behind hesitation, and most importantly, how to break free. Let's get into it. Let's talk about fear. We don't talk about fear enough, and we should. It shows up just about every single day when I'm in my counseling sessions. People have fear of failure. People have fear of success. People fear being seen. These all keep brilliant people stuck. I'm not exempt. I've been there. Fear doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers things like, what if I fail? Or, who do you think you are? We call it procrastination, perfectionism, hesitation, but underneath it all, it's fear. Today, we're unpacking how fear shows up in sneaky ways and how to spot it before it sabotages your potential. I'll also share a personal moment where fear nearly made me say no to an opportunity that changed everything. Let's talk about where self-doubt comes from. Self-doubt doesn't come out of nowhere. It's often planted early through early childhood messages, unspoken expectations, or moments when we were told we were too much or not enough. A lot of times it comes from just those childhood experiences. Remember, we are a product of all of our experiences. So let's break this down together. Were you encouraged to take risks growing up? As the oldest, I had to do a lot of things that I was scared to do, but I had to. Did you grow up around people who were risk averse? In some capacity, I experienced that as well. Were your mistakes taken as feedback or failure? These early experiences shape our inner dialogue, and when left unchallenged, they lead to patterns of hiding, shrinking, and playing small. When you're young, you conceptualize things in the way that you do. But here's the truth. These stories can be rewritten. I help people do that every day. So, what's the science of stuck? When you feel stuck, your brain isn't broken. It's doing its job. It's trying to protect you from risk, rejection, or failure. The amygdala kicks in, your nervous system goes on high alert, and suddenly, you freeze. Understanding what's happening biologically is the first step to reclaiming control. I'll explain how your brain processes fear, how habits are formed through repetition, and why discomfort is a sign of growth. Let's talk about building bravery muscles. Please understand, confidence doesn't come first. Courage does. The myth that you need to feel ready is just a myth. I'm telling you, as a very established athlete who's gone far, you need to have the courage before the confidence. Think of courage like a muscle. You don't lift 100 pounds the first time you go to the gym, or at least most people don't. You start with 5, 10, then 15. The same goes with bravery. It's like the Bravery Ladder. You take one micro action at a time. Let me tell you, naturally, I'm a reserved person. There's been plenty of times where I let fear seriously derail opportunities and or position me to be in an experience where opportunities were almost derailed. The first thing that comes to mind, my dad will be able to truly second this, is, let's see, there was a tournament, a basketball tournament,
me, where I'm from, I'm a superstar basketball player. I still hold the reins. And with that being said, we were at a rival game. It was like a Thanksgiving tournament or something like that. So I'm home from school on break, home from college, and I decided to go to a basketball game with my dad. Well, why not? He's the one who helped train me, or one of the two major people who helped train me. Shout out to Uncle Ron. Anyway, so with that, I definitely recall my dad purchasing a couple raffles, for probably one for him and one for me. And we're just at the game. We're at the Rivals game. We are in their actual gym watching my hometown play. And, a lot of people know me and remember who I was. So they'd come up to me and say, hi, hi, hi. At that point, I think I was okay. I don't recall having too much anxiety. But lo and behold, it's halftime, and now they're calling the raffles. Well, that little $2 raffle that my dad purchased, guess who wins? Me. So, oh my goodness. My dad looks at his ticket and he's like, oh, wow, Gel, my nickname. Wait, what number did you have? Because the winning number is one number off from mine. Now, I had already looked at my ticket and I knew I won. Now, it wasn't super, it wasn't the biggest award, but it was $50. So my dad is like, Gel, hurry up, go get it. So what he does is, because he is just this social butterfly, he gets up and now he starts pointing down to me. I'm sitting on the bleachers. He's like, yeah, my daughter won, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, Dad, stop. He's like, come on, Joe, get it, get it, get it. I'm like, Dad, stop. So I'm trying to be a little forceful in my words, but to not cause a scene or a bigger scene than what he's causing, because now people are looking and I don't want to scold him in front of other people. And he's so happy. He's just so happy. Oh my gosh. And so I am really getting furious with my dad because I have no intentions of walking down these bleachers to go get that award. So, long story short, he was able to see it in my face and he paused for a second, like, what? All right. Later we talked about it and he was just like, I cannot believe that you are still this shy and reserved. Like, you don't even really live home. Technically, you're only home on breaks. You're away at college. What is going on? And I'm like, Dad, this is what it is. To move on to a homework assignment that he then gave me at school. Now I'm at school and I'm very shy and reserved. I sit by myself unless my sister and her friends come and stay with me for the weekend. I'm at the tables by myself. I'm very reserved. Yes, I am the man in basketball. Nobody could beat me. But I'm still very shy and reserved off of the court. It was almost like I had an alter ego. She never had a name, or I never even knew that that's what it was. But I feel like my life was kind of like that. So now my homework assignment is to talk to people. So I am now risking being in college and missing out on an amazing experience because I have no friends, or talking to people. So all I had to do was say hello to someone every day. Just one person. Couldn't do it. I don't think I was able to do it for like the first entire semester. I felt content with my life. Most days, most hours when I wasn't in school or performing in some capacity from an educational standard, I'm at the court. Now at the court, I can go, I can ask, you guys got next, you guys got this. If they start talking they junk, I could talk it back. But for me to initiate it wasn't a good thing. So later on, I learned that, hey, fear, which was fear of maybe rejection, fear of not being able to connect with people, fear of just so many things that as I reflect back now, I'm not certain, but I know I was pretty scared. I was scared of just going and initiating contact. And the reality is, if you truly know me, I'm probably a bit more reserved right now. That's just what it is. It's my comfort level. But I do understand on the other side of fear is growth. So guess what? Eventually, after the first semester, I did start to talk to people. And then I became super popular on campus. And it was me who was initiating contact. That was a great thing, great experience for me. However, I could have lost out on an amazing college experience if I just decided to continue to stay me, stay fearful, and not talk. Now, let's shift on to business. As it relates to fear, before I actually decided to move to the state of Georgia, I lived in New York. And after living in New York for a period of time, I was hearing from so many people, if you move to Georgia, your life is going to be disrupted. If you move to Georgia, you're likely not going to make it like, how so many people have proven that they've made it. And I had to think about that. I actually took about 4 years of fear that was preventing me to put my big girl drawers on and say, hey, I'm out of here. Guess what? Yes, I'm not going to say the transition was 100% successful from day one, but I would say, if you know me, you know my life, I think I live a pretty successful life. At least I'm very proud of it. So with that being said, I could have let fear derail me, position me to not drive the car that I drive or live in the house that I live in. But I was able to say, okay, let's strap up, let me take the reins. And I decided to allow myself to go through the growing pains to get to the other side of fear. I share that with you because I want you to know that yes, it does look scary on one side. That's all you know. You don't know what's on the other side. But do know that with consistency, right, you will be successful. So I tell you, try not to allow fear to prevent you from reaching your goals. Let's put some tools in your backpack for the next time that fear whispers. I call this the Courage Toolkit. Here are 5 strategies. We'll start with reframing your inner critic. Turn I'm not ready into I'm preparing. Then you can create a success anchor. Keep a physical reminder of a time when you crushed it. Just reflect back. I'm sure you have some. The 5-second rule. Count down from 5 and move up before fear catches up. The confidence board. Visual proof of your growth and wins. Take pictures. Record things. Track your brave wins. Keep a bravery journal and review it weekly. I encourage you to put times when you were brave in that journal. These aren't fluff. They're neuroscience-backed habits that train your brain to respond with courage instead of fear. So, what's your bold next step? Let's land this episode with real momentum. Grab a pen. Ask yourself, what's one thing I would do today if I wasn't afraid? I have a laundry list of things. Then do it. Scared. Message that person, launch that idea, post that video, send that email, make that phone call, send that text, whatever. DM me your bold move at Dr. Angelica Dempsey. And let's build this brave, aligned life together. If this episode resonated, share it, rate it, and leave a review. Someone in your circle is waiting for permission to take their own leap. Be that permission. It's time to rise. Let's go.